www.washradio.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crystal Renee Radio Show here on BigExposedRadio.com. We are in our Girl Talk Hour, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
But before we get to that, I want to do my Motivational Monday moment. And I've seen a lot of people talk and preach about forgiveness. Forgiveness to me, in my opinion, is so much easier said than done. So much easier said than done to forgive somebody. But I'm about to tell you all a story about true forgiveness that I came across on the internet. This is forgiveness to me. It was a guy who was on death row in Arkansas, right? He killed 3 people back in 1998. And now basically he's deceased. They executed him last week.
Wow.
The victim's family forgave him years ago for the trauma that he caused to their family. I mean, he killed 3 people in their family.
Jesus.
And knowing he was on death row, once they forgave him, they dig a little bit into his life and found out that he not only had a daughter, but now he's a granddad. And he never...
Artists exchanged.
The artists exchange. The artists exchange. The artists exchange.
The artists exchange.
The artists exchange live.
The artists exchange. The artists exchange.
The artists exchange
starts now.
I'd rather struggle on my feet than to live on my knees. I'm not a beggar, no horse, so just address me as queen. And I think sucker MCs should call me sire. Yeah, sucker MCs should call me sire. I'd rather struggle on my feet than to live on my knees. I'm not a beggar, no horse, so just address me as queen. And I think sucker MCs should call me sire. Yeah, sucker MCs should call me sire. The world's been cold to ebony pain English. That's why I write each verse in black and painted English. Simple complexity like fancy plain English. I'll never bend or fold, my soul can't be extinguished. They try to break me down, my stuff never relinquished. I'm from the dirty south, I grew into a linguist. I rip apart each bar, my effort it be seamless. Finish Latifah, start chessboard has been too queenless. Vicious verbosity, my actions speak louder than words. Vocabulosity, I'm orbiting over you herbs. I put my genius in these lyrical nerd. I live my life for every line in empirical I'd rather struggle on my feet than to live on my knees. I'm not a beggar, no horse, so just address me as queen. And I think sucker MCs should call me sire. Yeah, sucker MCs should call me sire. I'd rather struggle on my feet than to live on my knees. I'm not a beggar, no horse, so just address me as queen. And I think sucker MCs should call me sire. Yeah, sucker MCs should call me sire.
Listen up, let me tell you something. It's the EMPRESS, and no, I ain't hurt for nothing. This chick here always hustling. My daughter ain't one for nothing. Hell yeah, at times we struggle, but losing not an option for a mother. I'm not the common, I'm the other. RESPEC, understand. On top, you gon' respect me, cause I earned my stripes with stripes. So come wrong, shit get messy. Spoiling myself, living like a queen without a king. Empress and queens understand exactly what I mean. And please believe I'm representing the whole team. So when you see me, understand this ain't no hope, nah. I ain't no partial story, I'm the whole thing. Since I see partial stories, I'm doing my own thing. Recognize me.
My heart is broken as your promises. Makes all the starving ghetto kids who know that freedom has a price to pay. When poverty is where your parents live. My heart is broken as your promises. Makes all the starving ghetto kids who know that freedom has a price to pay. When poverty is where your parents sire. Sucker MCs should call me sire. Sucker MCs should call me sire. Sucker MCs should call me sire. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. In the hood, they say, is where to have a dream. Between the caps and gunshots, you barely sleep. And it becomes a lost hope to ever leave. Your mama turns to dope to put them on at ease. Your brother serving that coke, he cooked up for them fiends. He catch your mama in his stash and it's a horror scene. Influence horribly, bankrupted morally. Cause the survival attained your food too poor to leave. So to these streets they clean, they toting magazines. The young and restless act reckless when they got gun machines. You see it in their eye, they hearts turn cold and sad. Ain't got no reason to live, so they ain't scared to die. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. Now daddy don't got a job, company's laying off. The rent is still overdue and now the lights are off. He doesn't wanna go back behind them steel bars, but he will post every block before his children starve. Tell me what would you do if able to fit in his shoes? Until it comes to you, how can you judge what he's been through? When you a child of the ghetto, a son of the block, your bloodline is the streets, it ain't easy to stop. Most of these felons is people with melanin who've been impoverished since they was little kids. They say that slavery's abolished, and still they turning profit. Our prison label that's tailored for those unfit for college. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. Your teenage son's been shot, he might have had a chance. If you ain't wasting hours waiting for the ambulance. Police procrastinating to do investigation. They treat you like you deserve to be in this situation. Like we enjoy the violence, we want our children safe. They think we live in the ghetto cause it's our favorite place. Been cursed for generations with debt and degradation. Since we was taken from wealthy complex civilizations. This country's built with pride, was built on genocide. Native Americans, Africans, murdered for your right to look down from the sky on grounded things below. Read them a summon, send some food and clothes. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. You living in the burst, your children having dreams. But in the hood, the nightmares is all they see. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord, my soul to take. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. Nightmares on ghetto streets. It's nightmares on ghetto streets. Nightmares on ghetto.
「
not scared of wanting to. Not scared. I'm prepared for all the changes, prepared for rearranges. Torture. Push me out, pull me in, no borders. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Made of glass, and we both know the storms, blinded by pheromones. Watch us crash. Oh, at last, straw left the camel dead, kicking the horse while in cascades. Oh, at
The moon shines softly on his face. I should be getting on my way. Maybe I'll stay. I think I'll stay. Just one more taste of his embrace. He whispers, do you wanna play? Maybe I'll stay. He knows I'll stay. These moon games that we play inside the night, entwined amongst the stars, it's like we're taking flight. No wrong or right, no rules to break. Clandestine moments that we take. The morning light will be here soon. Till then we'll stay beneath the moon. His lips tell secrets on my skin. Our late night journey starts again. He pulls me in. The game begins. Just one more time before the sun shines light on all the things we've done. We'll tell no one. It's all in fun. These moon games that we play inside the night, entwined amongst the stars, it's like we're taking flight. No wrong or right, no rules to break. Clandestine moments that we take. The morning light will be here soon. Till then we'll stay beneath the moon. getting on my way. Maybe I'll stay. I guess I'll stay.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor, and my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice. It's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it as much.
I was a 151 kid, straight up.
I love vodka, especially when it was...
that rubbing alcohol. What brand?
I love back then I was hooked on Absolute.
That was the best at the time.
And Pinnacle was like number 2 and stuff like that.
Because they didn't have what's the new one that came out? Yeah, what was the new one?
Ciroc, vodka, and
no, the other one. Who is real smooth? New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam came out, and it was so smooth.
And Grey Goose. Grey Goose was out at that time, too.
See, I didn't drink. I told you, 151. That was my drink.
Yeah, Grey Goose vodka was one of the ones because I loved the bottle. Because you can light it on fire. The bottle was hot. It was that shaded, that shaved glass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I was sitting on the floor, and we was talking about something. I don't even remember what we were talking about. All I know is I was bust out laughing. I got ching, ling, 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 glass everywhere. I wouldn't cut it all, though. I had to.
Because you had your body.
I Actually, I didn't. I ain't have any hair back then.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
And you ain't cut your hair?
Nope. I was just fine. I was like, oh, your glass broke, and it was winter, dead of winter.
Check more of these funny moments out when you tune into BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I don't get tired. I get pissed the fuck off.
Okay, I find it hard to sleep at night, cause everything is going wrong. Like them pills they gave me smoking reefer help me keep it calm. Ain't hard to hide my issues. Sometimes I feel I'm so alone, lying to my friends and family, acting like it's nothing wrong. I think I'm going crazy, my mind's gone. I hear them voices in my head, tell them leave me alone. I'm feeling so gone, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to lose it, I can't do it, man, I'm too far gone. I'm going crazy, my mind's gone. I hear them voices in my head, tell them leave me alone. I'm feeling so gone, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to lose it, I can't do it, man, I'm too far gone. I got a couple screws loose and I ain't sure if I can fix them. Hearing voices all the time, it's getting harder not to listen. And it getting louder and louder, and they all saying something different. Should I listen to the first one, then go back up in the kitchen, pick up the phone, give me some grams, scramble it up and I'm ready to jam. Nigga in the way and I'm laying them down. Cause number two, you be calming me down, telling me chill, nigga be real. You got a daughter who need you for real. Keep gonna work there, maybe it's slow, but the money that you get, they ain't taking it though. And it might take time, but you making it though. Voice number 3, see, he don't give a damn. No feelings, he don't understand. He want what he want, when he want, and he want it now. Ain't nothing to talk about. Play with him, he's standing out, standing out. Crazy, my mind's gone. I hear them voices in my head, tell them leave me alone. I'm feeling so gone, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to lose it, I can't do it, man, I'm too far gone. I'm going crazy, my mind's gone. I hear them voices in my head, tell them leave me alone. I'm feeling so gone, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to lose it, I can't do it, man, I'm too far gone. I ain't dreamed of being a millionaire, cause when I sleep I see street visions of my fallen peers. Got me waking in cold sweats, wiping out my tears, wishing that they was here, drowning my sorrows in the bottles, whiskey, gin and beer. Don't know what's planned for the future, not gon' pretend I'm scared. Cause my career could be ending with endless shit. Though I pray to Allah, some will say that I'm weird. I gotta search for God because I know the devil's here. I'm off balance, trying to get back to level. Making money's the move and I'm sticking hard to my regimen. Where opposition comes, it's no surprise that I'm deadin'. Try to stay humble, but I'm a different man when the weapons bring. I'm going crazy, my mind's gone. I hear them voices in my head, tell them leave me alone. I'm feeling so gone, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to lose it, I can't do it, man, I'm too far gone. I'm going crazy, my mind's gone. I hear them voices in my head, tell them leave me alone. I'm feeling so gone, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to lose it, I can't do it, man, I'm too far gone.
Yeah, Baltimore stand up. AJ the Voice Taylor. No battle rapper, a person that's chasing after the fame and the fortune, wasting this portion of God's gift in them. I'm just a vessel, I wrestle with principalities. Actually, that's the reason these demons, man, and they after me. But they don't trip, cause I stay with the full clip. I'm protected, I've been selected by Yahweh to speak his message. They don't hear me, I break it down so they feel me, but they still don't get it. They living life with their eyes tinted. I'ma hit them where it hurt. It's time to take them to church. Get them lifted up, their Holy Spirit when they feel it. Let me show you how to grind behind enemy lines. Wartime transform like Optimus Prime. They call me DAVOICE. AJ, I don't never play. Missionary resume. And when I say I'm Christian, I be living it. Treating instrumentals like my flesh, I be killing it. Don't get it twisted, it's a struggle every day though. I represent the sun, but I came with a tornado. I crossed over and caused demons to hit the hill toe. Kicking the devil so long I'm in need of some steel toe. souls. That Bible college got me walking with a halo. If you were saved, let the Redeemer, the Lord say so. Wait, I'm not a rapper, I'm a Christian with a message. When that mixtape drop, go and get it. I'm fearless. AJ, The Voice, Taylor.
You already know.
Okay. Shit. Hello, Governor. Okay. With cloudy vision, time for me to start going off, spitting these verses out my mouth until my mind wanders off. Smoking the G5, flying on the G6, floating across the pond, speaking a bit more English. In Great Britain, still shitting on you wankers. Chilling out in London, having tea with my banker. It's different color money, getting that overseas cash, and a different kind of smell, smoking that overseas grass. Goddamn, this jet lag got me kinda off now, smoking some Lucky Charms, chilling with the Irish boys. Out in Dublin, getting blunted with the Shanahans. I'm well connected like Wi-Fi, I know the whole clan. Goddamn, I think I'm the man. If we ain't talking money, then I cannot understand.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just
Tearless
wear
baby
the shirt.
shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home Walk Restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the ad council.
This flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
So you're your biggest asset.
Mm-hmm.
You have to practice self-care. Every entrepreneur has to practice self-care. You have to release yourself from toxic situations.
Explain to us real quick, what is a toxic situation?
A toxic situation is something that will control your mind, something that hurts you, something that you have to battle. Toxic, hurt. If you're in a toxic situation, if you get hurt, if you get pain, if you get struggle, right? And if your spirit does not align correctly, that may be a toxic situation. So when I say you make that jump when your values don't align, you make decisions based on your values. And if those decisions don't align with your values, then that's when you say no.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., live on BigExposedRadio.com.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home Walk Restaurant.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up? What's up, and welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. The power of technology is awesome. So you heard a lot of music in the beginning of the show. If you are an artist, definitely send us your MP3s, your songs edited, radio edited, music to the Artist Exchange Radio Show at BeExposedRadio.com. Be sure to add in your bio, your headshot, and links to your social media so we can find you, we can contact you, and let you know when your music is being played. I am your host, Nate Couser. This week is going a little off. It's just a lot going on right now. Shout out to family. We had a funeral in the family. Well, we were having a funeral this weekend. We had a memorial earlier this week, but I want to let everybody know that I am here. The Artist Exchange is very grateful. Myself, I'm very grateful for everybody that continues to listen in, that continues to share, that continues to send me some great vibes. So I really appreciate that. On another note, tonight is the second weekend of the I'm going crazy right now. It is the second weekend of the play that I'm doing. It is entitled The King of Howard Street at the Annex Theater on 1700 Howard Street, right across from the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. This is closing the second weekend of it. So definitely come on out. Tickets have been flying. So I'm just telling you, get your tickets early. You can go to Baltimore Baltimore Annex Theater .org and get your tickets, or you can show up and hopefully get a seat. But thank you to everybody that's been coming out, that's been sharing it, that's been showing your love. It's been a great, awesome day. Today's show, we have Mr. JGIDDINS. He's come back on. He's been on here a couple times. But today's topic is also spring cleaning. If you're going through some things in your life and you don't really understand it physically, mentally, spiritually, all those things, it's time to get rid of some stuff. You got to clear your space. You got to clear your mind. You got to clear out the clutter in order to make room for the new stuff, the new blessings and new things that are happening in your life. So that's the topic today. I'm going to start off by letting Mr. JGIDDINS introduce himself and tell us who he is and where we can find him on the media of socialism.
Yeah, what up? JGIDDINS, spelled out JGIDDINS. I'm born and raised in Baltimore. I'm an artist. You know, you can find all of my music. Everything is at JGIDDINS, so SoundCloud.com/JGIDDINS, ReverbNation.com/JGIDDINS. You know what I mean? YouTube JGIDDINS, all of that. What I'm really trying to do is really make one kind of mainstream way for people to find all information on me. So #JGIDDINS is a hashtag that I'm trying to like brand.
Okay.
Not even so much brand, it's who I am, you know what I mean?
But what does it represent? Who do you as an artist represent?
I represent me, you know what I mean? Like honestly, my music is all my experience. It's all based on the way I view life, the things that are happening. You know what I mean? I try to keep a personal take on my music so that way it doesn't feel like work to me. You know, it's more like I really kind of started off in poetry. So, you know, being a poet at heart, it really just kind of comes from my experiences and things like that. So that's why I kind of intertwine #JGIDDINS to include all of my everything that makes up me.
Okay.
And I also include my music in that hashtag as well.
So as a musician, what is your message?
I mean, you know, there's several different perspectives, you know, to look at it from. Like, you know, on one end, yeah, there's a message behind it, but on the other end, it's really just kind of to create the vibes that people want. You know what I mean? When I make my music, I make music based on what I like to hear. There's some songs that just knock to me. It give you a feel that nothing else can feel. You know what I mean? You hear that Jada song and all of that. You put it on and you just. I make music like that. It ain't even necessarily always about delivering a message, but then at the same time, it is as well. I feel like those who are meant to receive the message will receive the message. Right.
A lot of artists today are getting a bad rep in that they're not making music that actually helps the moment. And at times you have to entertain people because you can't, you know, be so political and protest every moment of your life. Sometimes you want to take a break from that. But do you feel as though as an artist you have a responsibility to spotlight not only the things that are happening in our communities, but show us what could happen, and not I got iced out grills and all that materialistic stuff, but really show us the potential of artistry and not just club bangers.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like music is expression of self. So at the end of the day, I would never really say anybody making music is wrong for what they're doing or the way they choose to do it. That's just their expression of it. You know, really my take on it is just...
Make sure it's closer. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, my take on it really is as long as you stand true to yourself and you rapping or spitting something that you really feel at your heart, there's gonna be people who like it, there's gonna be people who don't like it, you know what I mean? So a lot of the rappers that might, what they call mumble rappers, or they just, you know, you can't really tell what they saying. I mean, it's more so about a feel, you know. It's when you put that song on that you saying you can't understand the words to, you still also can't turn it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like at the end of the day, it's just about capturing your attention, and how you decide to approach that is up to you. I take a lyrical approach. You know?
Well, how are you growing as an artist? Because I don't have anything against any style of music, mumble rap, any of that. But I don't personally listen to it because I want to be able to hear a message, and a feeling is cool, but I want to hear something. So I'm not judging anybody, but I'm saying is, as far as an artist is concerned, how are you growing from where you started, from where you go? Because a lot of these artists, you'll hear them 3 years ago, 3 years from now, and it sounds the same, or it's whatever is hot. So how are you growing as an artist?
So that's a pretty legitimate question. So when I first started, and you know Rebel, right? Rebel got me started rapping. I went to high school with him, so he kind of converted me to rapping. But when I first started, I was rapping on just instrumental beats. We would just take, you know, it might be Jay-Z or somebody beat and just rap on it. You know what I mean? I was just more so spitting just whatever came to mind. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was just more so spitting whatever came to mind, you know. And then as time went on and I started to change my perspective on the world as it is and the role that music plays in it, because at the end of the day, music plays a role that is I feel larger than we really know, you know. And I more so changed my music by me making my own beats, number one, because I wanted to be original, because I didn't like dealing with outside sources of producers of music and how things can go. So I like to kind of make my own music.
So how did you learn to do that? Because that's not an easy thing to do.
I feel like it's really hard to say. I would say it's one of those things where you either can do it or you can't. You know what I mean? Like, I really ran into a rock in my life, you know, a point where I didn't really have anything, you know what I mean? And I decided that I was going to teach myself how to make beats. So I got Fruity Loops. I went out and bought it at Guitar Center or whatever, brought it home, and I just looked up different videos on how to do stuff and sat there, taught myself to make beats. And you know.
Is it what are you learning about the technical side? So you're learning producing, but are you really going deeper than that and just really learning how to put together an album, or you're just learning as you go along?
No, so I'm definitely looking for assistance in certain aspects in terms of marketing, promotion. That's where, you know, I'm really looking outside for. What I really want to do is focus on making my own material in terms of beats and in terms of lyrics to accompany the beats.
How long have you been writing?
I would say, well, I don't really, I've been coming up with material since I would say 23. Somewhere around 22, 23.
But you like 12 now, so.
Nah, I'm older than that.
Where do you draw from your inspiration as far as writing music, creating the albums, if you will? Like, where does your inspiration come from?
Comes from, well, my daughters are a huge part of it. They really inspire me to keep doing things that I otherwise would not be able to do, you know. So my children, and also just the things that go on in the world, seeing the way, you know, people who I would say I notice, you know, can use some guiding, you know what I mean, and I notice that there are other people out there that are like them that I could touch. You know, I notice when I hear a song, it'll change my day. You know, I noticed that there are some days that I might be pissed off and I can hear a song and then it make me feel good. I would like to do that for somebody, you know what I mean?
The musician that I had on yesterday, she's a drummer, and that was her note for her music heals. Like, you hear a song and you instantly get into a vibe, into a feeling. So I understand music that we don't always understand, but it makes somebody feel something. So that's why I don't discredit anybody as a musician. But I think artists forget that they have a responsibility because they have a gift that does heal people. So you have to heal people and not keep them in where they are. You can, you know, Mary J. Blige is one of those artists that people don't like her to make happy music. But for her, it has to come out the way it comes out. So if this period of her life, she says she's happy, this is the music that has to come out. So I always, I watch artists, I listen to artists talk about their artistry. And normally the artists that I gravitate towards are the artists that are mindful of what impact they have on people. Because you can incite a crowd, you can go left or right with it, and you have to be able to control that, and not so much control it to the point where the crowd is telling you what to put out, but you realizing like this can harm somebody just as much as it can do good to somebody. And I don't think a lot of artists realize that, because they choose the commercial route and mass producing material and content that is just trending right now. So what happens when mumble rap is no longer trending and the next thing comes out? What are you going to do? You invested all your talent and your gifts and your time into a style of music that's not even hot anymore. But that's and when I speak to you in that way, that's what I mean. What are you doing to broaden your horizon or learn more so your music evolves and you're an artist for the next umpteen years, opposed to when the ebbs and flows happen and your style is hot again? But those are one of the things that I point out when I talk to artists. How are you growing? What is your growth rate? What are you doing to grow? What are the things that you're putting in your path to enlighten yourself? Not just your base, your fan base, but yourself. So real quick, to let people know where they can find you at on social media and all that jazz.
Yeah. Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at JGIDDINS the artist. That's JGIDDINS the artist, spelled out THEARTIST. So at JGIDDINS the artist on Instagram. On Facebook, just look up Gerald Giddins. You'll find me under that. J Giddins is pretty much just my initials. So really, I just would like you to Google J Giddins, you know what I mean, or search hashtag J Giddins on every social media site. You'll find it. So
definitely stay tuned, stay locked in. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
Check out this flashback from It Is What It Is radio show.
Paul he was chilling, he was doing his thing. Y'all, you feel me? Love y'all family, you know what I'm saying? And like for him to be taken away from you, snatched away from you just like that, you feel me? It's like damn, another good one gone. You know what I'm saying? Like why you taking the good? You know what I'm saying?
You always end up asking like why?
And that's like again, it's a lesson that it's a test of faith. You feel me? He gonna take you through these tests. You feel me? You're gonna go through these little phases in life, yo. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you just gotta recognize that one, it's the adversary trying to knock you off your pivot, and then it's God trying to teach you something. You feel me? Right. Anything that you go through, you gonna get through. It's called going through. You feel me? That's why it's called going through. You going through something. Right. You feel me? Because after you go through it, you get through it. You look back on it like, damn, I got that. You feel what I'm saying?
For this and more, be sure to tune into BeExposedRadio.com every Friday from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. to listen to more of It Is What It Is radio show.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Talk dirty to me. I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. It's me going every day.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, huh?
This weekend.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Just lean back a little bit. Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. I'm here live with Mr. JGIDDINS.
Yeah.
This is the Artist Exchange Radio Show. So you can go to the Facebook page, the Instagram page. I'm really not a Twitter person, but I'll respond to Twitter, stuff like that. And find us. Send us your music, MP3s, all that. If you want to be featured on the show, definitely hit me up. The Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. We're doing some great things. I'm telling you, things are coming up. So definitely stay locked in, stay tuned in. Follow us on Facebook at The Artist Exchange. You can also, as an artist or entrepreneur, go to our page, The Artist Exchange. We have a group on Facebook as well, and you can post all your upcoming events. You can post your music, your bio, any information. If you're looking for creative work or if you're offering creative work, definitely post it in the group. You can find artists like JGIDDINS in there. Introduce yourself. The platform of the Artist Exchange is about engagement. If you want somebody to buy your stuff and invest in your product, your service, your events, you have to connect with them. The fact that you have something that people want does not mean that they're going to buy it. You have to be able to be relatable. You have to be open. You have to be creative in how you promote and market yourself. So definitely engage with people. And engage means just saying hi to somebody. That 15-second elevator speech is cool to have on demand. But if that's all you have, people are really turned off by that. Money is getting tight. And it's only getting tighter, and you have to be able to angle someone and not trick someone, but angle someone in that they want to invest in you. So when you share your story, you share who you truly are with individuals, people are more apt to want to invest in you and want to support you, and you'll be surprised at who those individuals are. Get out of your 4-block radius, get out of your clique, get out of your comfort zone, and just talk to people. Talk to people that you don't know. The play King of Howard Street that I'm doing, it represents what we do on a daily basis. Anthony Williams was a man that's been homeless most of his adult life and most of his child life, and he walked the streets of Baltimore and various cities like Baltimore with this capacity to write. He eventually began to journal, and that journal has now turned into a full-fledged play. And I say to people, how many people, not just homeless people, but how many people do you dismiss, that you ignore, that's on your social media page, that you just ignore, that has these talents that you can invest in, that you can help bring to the surface? And when I say this play is phenomenal in that I can see him get excited every single night. Every night we do our curtain call, he comes up on the stage and he gives each of the actors a hug and shakes our hand and says thank you. And that means a lot to me because I've seen this man walk around the street and he was just another homeless man to me. I had no idea that he had the capacity to be a playwright. And because I didn't know that, that's my fault, because we could have did this a long time ago. I've been in my group, Kaumba Collective, the theater group, for almost 12 years now, and we could have put this man's show on 12 years ago. And it's unfortunate that we have a lot of individuals, creative people that we dismiss, whether it be your family member, your friend, or just a stranger on the street. Take the time to talk to somebody. If you want somebody to invest in you, you want someone to sow into your ministry or into your talents and gifts, you got to do the same thing. It's a reciprocal thing. When you give, you get. You have to train people how to treat you. And that is definitely where I'm coming from. So Mr. JGIDDINS is here. He's sharing his music today. He's sharing his story. Where did you begin? Where did your story begin? What makes JGIDDINS JGIDDINS? Because you haven't been rapping that long. You've been writing, doing poetry. But where does your story as an artist begin?
I mean, like you said, I've always been writing. You know what I mean? I always did poetry. It just kind of converted to rap. You know, before I was rapping, I had poems that you could read that gave off similar vibes to the raps.
Right.
It's just basically lacking a beat. But in terms of, you know, when did JGIDDINS come about? You know, that was, I would say, like I said, around when I was maybe 23, 24, when I started rapping, and I wanted to think of a stage name. I was like, you know, what would I call myself? I ain't one of those dudes just make up names. So I was
Apple
like,
pie smoothie.
Right, you know, super thugged out dude, like, you know what I mean?
Ice face.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with my name. And I was like, JGIDDINS. And I was like, that actually sound cool.
Right. We try to be something that we totally aren't. Just be yourself.
Right. So, you know, I did JGIDDINS and started kind of tagging that in my raps. Like you'll notice I always say that in the music, because anybody who hear my song, I want them to be able to take away hearing JGIDDINS.
Right.
So if anybody say, you know, JGIDDINS is, they're at least like, well, I think I heard,
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
and it gives you ownership. It gives the parents that gave you that name ownership of your talent, of your gifts, and it's not just this thing that's sitting out there that you don't even know who that is.
Right.
And you know, so often we have pseudo names, but it's not always beneficial, because you don't own that.
Right.
They own that, or something else owns that, and it does give you emphasis. I was talking to a lady the other day, and we was doing a workshop, and I told her the reason like young people write their name on everything is because psychologically, and without them realizing it, they want to have ownership of something. They want to hold on to something, and putting your name, your personal name on your music stamps it as yours, something that you created.
Facts.
What has been the hardship or the difficulty in becoming JGIDDINS, or the artist, or being an artist in general?
Well, sometimes, you know, the hardship, the struggle is, you know, the fact that it's just me. It's literally just me, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those dudes that got a team, a whole bandwagon. It's literally me that motivates me, that inspires me. I mean, of course I have inspirational things in my life, like my daughters, you know, obviously, you know, family in general, all the people that are there for me. But in terms of music directly, it's a struggle to, you know, stay motivated when I also have to deal with life. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, making music doesn't make you what is it called, invincible to
BGE.
And thus, you know.
I definitely get it. How have you been able to sustain it? Because often people quit because it's not as lucrative as you may see in a music video, somebody else's music video.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it is, I don't really follow any particular pattern in terms of music. I don't make music because I want to be rich, or because I want to, you know, have nice things. You know, I make music because it makes my soul feel good.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all of those types of questions that lead to deviation from that, I really don't let them affect me, because it'll make music feel like work real fast, and it'll start being heavy on you, you know.
Right. So we're going to take another quick break. We got to pay bills here, those hardships. So definitely stay locked in, stay tuned. And we are the Artist Exchange Radio Show with JGIDDINS in the building today.
Yep.
Pew, 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 pew. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, you know, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, you know, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like, I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do. I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids, and when you got a wife, and then you doing everything, and you know you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place you, like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody come into your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Check out this flashback.
If someone says that more money may create more problems for us who don't have a lot of money, we said, nah, that'll never be me. And when we look at...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. If you're checking this out, that means you know how to get here. But you can also go to our website at www.BeExposedRadio.com and check out all of our shows. You can also find us on YouTube at BeExposed Radio. Go to our channel and watch all of our past shows. We have some awesome shows coming up. Shout out to Sunset Soul. She comes on Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. She's a new show here. And the McLeans, they're going to be on the couch soon, sharing their wisdom and their adult content with us all, so definitely tune into them. They'll be joining us shortly. Go to our website, look at their premiere date, and you can find us all here on BeExposedRadio.com. If you have a personality, or you want to have a personality, or you have a podcast that you want to bring to a different audience, you want to expand your reach, definitely come to the BeExposedRadio.com and share it with us. I help you bring on your shows. I help you start your new show. If you're a new radio personality, or you already have a show and you want to bring it to our station, hit us up, info@BeExposedRadio.com. Put in the subject box, I want to be a host, Nate, and I'll definitely return your message and your calls. You can call us here, 410-671-5403. 5483, I'm sorry, and give us your information. Send us your concept. If you already have a show, send us some clips of your show. We'll definitely be ready to have you. If you want to talk to Jay Giddins today, call us 410-702-5657, or you can text us at 443-642-9403. I am happy to be here. I'm happy to be here on this cool but sunny day here in Baltimore, but definitely hit us up. Again, artists, no matter where you are, Baltimore, DMV, Philly, Cali, Istanbul, Nicaragua, definitely hit us up. And hit us up and send us your music. You can also feature, so definitely hit me up, the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. Again, we got Mr. Jay Giddins, that's JGIDDINS. Hit him up. We're here talking to him, sharing his experience. I wonder if you have this like a random freestyle on your heart this morning, sir, or this afternoon. This something, a knick-knack, paddywhack.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Spit something to us. Give us a poem. You got some love in your heart or something. Something inspirational. It don't have to be inspirational. It could be, an angry owl slash your windows, something like that.
I mean, look, my rhymes remind me of where I came from niggas who done. Listen, I'm not gonna do it right now.
I'll give him a couple minutes to get his thoughts together.
Yeah. I don't really listen. Here's the thing. I don't really freestyle, to be honest with you, and I hate saying that because they make it out like I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm.
But it's not. But listen, in terms of what, and I think a lot of people who have not, I don't want to say studied this craft, have made these rules of what this is because that's the only thing that they know how to do.
Right.
But freestyle is, it doesn't matter if it's something you already wrote, if it's something, we put so much constraints on what is talent and what is not, and what is good and what is bad. You have in you everything you have and need to succeed. And there's no rules to that. There's no rules to being an artist. There are perspectives, there are foundation builders, but there are no rules to being an artist. Whatever comes out of you is what comes out of you. That's the artistry of it all. Like, it's sometimes, like, I'm an actor, so I have lines to learn. So I can't just go on stage and say whatever I feel. Those are the parameters that I have in that moment, in that situation. But in another style of theater, I can come off of something in the top of my head. You forget your line, I gotta say something to keep this train moving. So then again, it comes out of me naturally. So as an artist, never feel like, oh man, I don't do that, man. That ain't what I do. There are people who excel at it, but in order for us to grow, we gotta not be afraid to fail. And I think that's, as artists today, everybody's on their boss mode and nobody wants to look bad. So you gotta still be an artist at the end of the day. Most of my favorite artists that I've ever watched live, they forget the words. The music goes out of their head. They have a air bubble moment, and it just happens. So you gotta be on the practice that you put into it is what makes you ready. And a lot of young artists that I meet and I come across, that's one of their fears. They just don't want to look stupid, or they don't want to look like they don't know what they're doing. But as an artist, you gotta just not be afraid to just jump off that cliff at any moment.
Yeah, I get that. mean,
Because what's the worst you could happen?
Yeah, no, I get that perspective, and I'm glad you brought that up. It's just more so that when I say I do music, it's more so like expression of self, like freestyling. I can freestyle, but it's more so like freestyling. I feel like it's like you said, it comes out of you right then and there, and you know what I mean. When I freestyle, the only people who probably even heard me freestyle are people that I probably would be freestyling with. You know what I mean? Freestyling around. I don't really do the, I could spit something that I had from a song or something, but I don't really consider that freestyling.
But it's not, Yeah. But don't get caught up in what definitions are, because somebody defined that for themselves.
I got
and said this is what this is the standard of what this is. And I see a lot of artists fall victim to that, and they hesitate and they are fearful of moving any further because somebody else somewhere has made a definition of what this is, and now I can't do that because that's what they said this is. And then if you listen to them, they're not following their own rules. So that's what's happening now with some of the really popular artists that are breaking records. They're going outside of what is the boundaries of what rap is supposed to be. Somebody like Kendrick Lamar that looks like Kendrick Lamar is doing things that somebody that looks like him, they're not supposed to be saying. They're not supposed to be doing. Look at Drake. He's doing things that people don't think somebody that looks like him can do. Breaking records. And it's not comparing anybody, but I picked the two of them out because they're doing things that aren't, Kendrick Lamar not supposed to be this vulnerable. Looking the way he does, coming from where he's coming from. He's not supposed to be that vulnerable on any of his tracks, and he is allowing himself to be naked basically in front of everybody that would care to listen. So as an artist, you have to be fearless in your attempts, and sometimes it might sound crazy. You're like, did I just say that? But you can't even think too hard on that. It has to just come out organically. And I like that in our young artists now. They're not afraid to look crazy. Like they're just, whatever's in them, that's what you go see. That's what you go hear. That's what you go buy. And they're not afraid to do that. And a lot of them, there are people who are mimicking that, and you can tell a difference because they look like they trying real hard. But again, it's artists out there that just, they don't care. Like it's just this is what is coming, and it's not even a thought of I don't care. It's just this is what's in me, and I want more artists to be that fearless and be that courageous in their artistry, because that's what an artist is, and that's what separates an entertainer from an artist. An entertainer is doing what the crowd wants. An artist is giving you insight into who they are and what they have inside of themselves, and that's what we have. Those are the definitions that I pay close attention to, not what's good. You can't grade art. An art teacher teaches you in terms of technique, not in whether it's good or bad. And any teacher that will grade you on a good and bad scale, they're not really a teacher. They're not really doing anything. They're doing a disadvantage because they're telling you what is good art versus what is bad art, versus the technique that I just taught you. How well did you execute that? And that is what art is being graded on. So in adult life, when people are getting paid checks for their artistry, that's why mumble rap does do well, because somebody likes that. So that comes out of somebody naturally. This is what it is.
Yeah, as long as they being true to who they are, I mean.
Right. And and even with mumble rap, that came out of somebody who their speech was that, and people was like, "Oh, that sound hot, so I'm gonna do that." And that's what that was naturally what this person had in them, and then you just carbon copied that. But so I asked you in the last segment, what has been the hardship? What has been the benefit of being an artist or a writer or a rapper, if you will?
Having that outlet, being able to vent, you know what I mean? Being able to let off all the steam, you know, because that's really what my music is. A lot of the songs I have a song called Nightmare. I actually haven't released that one. I'm gonna release it soon because I'm getting it. But
but on the album,
it ain't about it. But that one is more so talking about what's going on in society with you know politics and just the world in general.
Right.
You know, and being able to get that off my chest and use that as an outlet. And when I say that, I mean music and the platform that comes with it, the people who pay attention to what you're saying.
Right.
When you listen to my music, it's different. You know, like it's not something that you really have to question, or it's not something that people normally question. You know, whether you like it is a different story, but it's definitely different because I'm actually able to be heard. You know, you listen to my music and you like, oh, what did he? Okay, he was saying something. You know,
when did you realize you had that power with the platform that you had? Some artists don't realize I can really promote my perspective in the world.
I realized that when I really embraced the power I have over my daughters, or how my daughters will turn out. And I realized
you had a say in that.
Yeah, I realized that they look at me like this. You know, listen. To my daughters, I'm everything, and I realized that if I can tell them that and lead them, then I could do that to a bunch of other, you know, people out there, you know. But I also make music for other reasons. Like I said, it's not always just to send a message. It's sometimes to have something to ride out to. Some songs, it's something I call truck songs. Like some songs is just big boy truck songs. When you hear some of my songs, that's something you play in the, you know what I mean?
Shout out to everybody that's listening in. Mr. Rebel Rel, Mr. Brian Saunders, Precious Love, Miss Precious Givens of the, I was about to say Poets for Dinner, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the City Arts Building 2 on Greenmount Avenue. She said sometimes they don't fear failing, sometimes they fear being great, because with greatness comes responsibility and accountability, and people sometimes aren't prepared for that. Shout out to Ebony for listening in. Big Mama Ama, Big Mama Ama, she's listening in. Precious also says, what you have food you're sharing. Wait, you have food you share? Oh no, I don't have food. See, people be watching, they be listening. But we're about to take another break. Got to pay these bills. We're in the second hour of the show. Time be flying. So definitely stay tuned, stay locked in. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey, boo, Big Mama Ama. Pew, 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 pew.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home, and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up? This is Nate back with the Artist Exchange Radio Show. If you are free tomorrow night at 6 p.m., go to the City Arts Building 2 on Greenmount Avenue, right across from the cemetery, Greenmount North Avenue. Miss Precious Love, she does an event. It's a free event. She feeds you. There's a buffet of food, and it's actually good food because I don't eat from everybody. My mom told me don't eat from everybody, but this food is actually delicious, and it's a spread of food. You go, you can do your poetry, you can come rhyme JGIDDINS, you can bring the babies by, let them have some fun, get out for the weekend. It's a holiday weekend. Get on out, have some fun. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, I'll go live from the event so you know where it is. I'll send out the flyer on the page, but get there. They have a feature, but there's an open mic. But you can get up, whatever your artistry is. If you jump tables, bring a table, jump the table, get a free meal. All that she asks is just bless her with a donation. That's it. It's no amount. If you got $5, just touch the basket. It gets blessed for the next time. But come on by. It's a great event. A great meal. That's where I like to go. I'm not really a poet, but I get up there and say a poet for a good plate. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But come on out. Everybody's gonna be there. Again, shout out to everybody that's on the feed. Call in, show Mr. Giddins some love. 410-702-5657. The phone lines are open. Use them. Ding, 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 ding. Call us. Also, Mr. Giddins, he's working on a project. So is there any dates associated with this album, or we're not putting the stress of time on it?
So, as I was saying, right now I'm just compiling the singles that I'm going to put all together on the album, which is going to be self-titled, Pound JGIDDINS, based on the hashtag. So right now there's not really any dates. I would say I'm definitely looking to have everything completed by, I would say, fall. The next couple months, within, I would say, maybe the next 3 months or so, because I'm really working now, but it's just a lot of things going on, in general. Just life, growing up.
I got you. What are you looking for in terms of like goals? Do you want to have your own studio, or do you want to like a trophy? Like, what are some of your aspirations or your goals in being an artist, other than being comfortable in the life that you have?
Really my goal is not even, like I said, to be rich or nothing. It's really just to be able to have a sustainable lifestyle and get a message out to people and enjoy what I'm doing every day. When I think about being alive and what our purpose is, in this world, I really think about the perspective of what would you want to wake up every day and do and be completely fine with doing that, and making music is something that I really love doing. Right.
Do you, in terms of it, will you ever learn an instrument? Will you learn to read music? Will you learn, what are some of those things that you want to branch out in?
I honestly can't say that those are things that
I can see you playing drums for some reason.
I'm not highly interested in instruments and such. I really stay in my lane. I feel like, some people are.
But what does that mean, though? What does staying in your lane mean?
So I don't mean, let me first off clear up, I don't mean more so like restrict yourself in terms of what you're willing to learn. I mean, understand what you want out of something and focus on that, and not misconstrue what other people want or what it is normal to want with what you want, and I know what I want and I know where I want to be, you know what I mean? And it's really one specific lane that I stay in, which is making expressive music that expresses me. It's not for any particular demographic, it's not for any, it's just expressing of myself.
Any collaborations, like if you had like a bucket list of collaborations to do, any who would be the top 3 people you would want to work with?
Of course, always I say Jada. That's just because I'm a bars dude. I like people that can use bars, metaphors, take two.
You said Jadakiss?
Yeah, Jadakiss will be somebody I think will be good to work with. There's not really. That's more so just because growing up, Jada was really one of the people that I really looked up to from a hip-hop perspective. Certain songs he made and the way he approached his delivery was just different.
Is there anybody that we would be surprised that you would want to collaborate with outside of Jadakiss?
Probably not really, because I'm not really motivated to want to, my whole reasoning for collabing would be to learn more from this person in terms of what they have to offer or what they know. It wouldn't even be because I'm like, oh, I want to do music with this person. You know, that person's music being great doesn't mean me and that person need to make music. You know what I mean?
So Jadakiss would be the only person that you would want to work with in that vein.
I mean, what I'm saying is that's the first name that come to mind. I'm not going to say...
It gets so political when you ask these questions. Like,
it's not really... It's not even political, but it's like when... I don't want to make it out like I wouldn't work with anybody but Jada. You know what I mean? It ain't like that. It's just that's really one of the people that I, would want to, or that I looked up to from a hip hop perspective in terms of his flow, in terms of me believing he would push me and elevate me to really want.
What was that one song from him that you was like, yeah, this that dude right there?
I mean, it wasn't any one song. It was more so an era. Like when he was on the mixtapes with Cassidy, you know, around when Best of Cassidy was out, and then he had a couple around the era when Cassidy was rapping with him. I heard a lot of those songs. It's too many to go into specifics. It's just a lot of songs we used to listen to back in the day, chilling, and it just kind of stuck with me.
Do you have a fear?
What do you mean, in general?
Like, just in general.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, the only thing I fear is my daughters in this world, man. Just the way the world is. You know what I mean? And that's part of the reason that the music is so dear to me, because it can change things, for a lot of people. And I fear what they may have to face out here, and not just them. I mean, just children in general, the entire generation. That motivates me to want to try to do something about it.
In the climate that we're living in, politically, locally, internationally, nationally, how does that get reflected in your music? Or how do you tackle those subjects? Because I see you posting, so you have an opinion about these things, but how much of that goes into the creation of your music?
The thing is, I try to tread softly. It's only a certain level to which I can give my perspective without stepping on toes. So,
but that's your perspective, though.
Like, it is your perspective, but there's also a goal at hand. And at the end of the day, a perspective is essentially emotions, which, don't really play the best role.
So what's going on with, say, like Monique right now? You wouldn't go that far with it.
Who?
Monique, the comedian.
What about her?
I'm not gonna say she's attacking Oprah and Tyler and but with her right now, would you go that far? And knowing that you're standing in your truth, are you speaking on that? Like, I wouldn't go that far. Like, I wouldn't let my emotions get to that level, or.
Look, I don't have no comment on I don't know anything about what's going on with
So, I mean, what happens is, and I don't think it's just on her level of success, but on a lot of levels, people are afraid to burn bridges, so to speak.
Right. So, all right, I get what you coming at now. I mean, that's not a concern that I have, because at the end of the day, I'm really concerned about, I would say I'm really concerned about just what I call my team. And a lot of my music, you'll hear me say my team. I got a song that I'm, about to release shortly, actually called Team Eat, where the hook just says, I want my whole team eat. And it's really just talking about anybody that supports Pound JGIDDINS. My reality and my perspective on life is changing on a lot of things. I mean, in terms of family, in terms of how everything is. So really, I'm just more so wanting to push out Pound JGIDDINS and get people to look at that and see everything that I stand for. Meaning there's no reason to have a detachment or attachment to anybody, because if they are anybody that would be detached, they would be in Pound JGIDDINS and a part of my life. You understand? So you detach yourself if you're not sticking with me, because you look, you know what I mean?
So I'll ask you a question now, and you can answer it in the next segment.
Right.
What does a team member have to be on a team? So we'll answer that question when we come back from the break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT. Or visit Fanify.com.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. I am coming. Being an actor is something that is very rewarding to me, but energy-wise, it is very draining. It drains you of your energy. So trying to be alert, trying to be here for Mr. Giddins today is a challenge, but I'm living up to the challenge. If you aren't already on it, go to our Facebook Live or go to our YouTube Live. It's just two ways that you can watch the show and listen to the show live on air. You can also go to our website www.beexposedradio.com and you can watch the YouTube live on air as we're doing it, or you can go to listen live and listen to it live. And we have two apps that we're associated with, Radio Loyalty and Tune In. So you have plenty of ways, about 5 or 6 ways you can listen to the show live. You can also, if you missed any parts of the show, you can go to our Facebook page, Be Exposed Radio, or the Artist Exchange Radio Show page, or the Artist Exchange group page, or go to the website www.beexposedradio.com, or go to YouTube and go to Be Exposed Radio and watch the entire show in its whole entirety of it all. I'm gonna play. Did you get the music? So at the next segment, we're gonna play some of JGIDDINS music that he emailed to us, and we're definitely gonna be rocking out to Mr. JGIDDINS. So definitely stay tuned for that. Yeah. Anything you want your potential followers, our listeners, to know about you as a black man, period?
I want them to know that I stand for the opposite of what is believed of us. You know what I mean?
So what's that narrative for you? How are you changing that narrative of what black men are?
By showing that I'm capable of, by showing that we're capable of doing, you know, here's what I would say. Music itself as we said, is powerful. It stands for a lot, especially hip hop and rap. It came from, you know, us for the most part.
Right.
And, you know, the way we perceive it and the way we use it and the way we choose for people to perceive it stands for us.
Right.
You know, and the notion that I'm taking and what I'm doing, I feel like kind of helps support the fact that some of us got our head on straight, you know, and the others that don't need to wise up.
Right. Is it a conscious decision to do the style of music that you're doing, or is it just what is in you naturally?
It's just where I'm at in my life right now. You know what I mean? That's what I mean when I say music is expression itself. You know, me being where I'm at right now in my life, that's what my brain focuses on. When I wake up in the morning, that's what I think about when I look around, like, why is this like, you know what I mean? So it's hard for me to really rap about diamonds and pearls when I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, that I don't enjoy that style of music,
right.
Unless it's in a way of, if that's what that person wants, if
right.
that's what they desire in life, right. then that's what it is. I always say my moment of success is when I'm comfortable, when I can go to the market on Wednesday because it's Wednesday and not because the check cleared on Tuesday night. Like, I want to be able to be comfortable in my life and make choices that don't require me to go to my Bank of America and be like, okay, oh yeah, I got it, let me this.
Right.
I want to be comfortable in that. You know, of course I want to help with philanthropy and help people out that need it, support my family and friends, but I want to be comfortable. I want my cup to be full and running over before I can say I am successful. But I don't think a lot of people look at that. They look at other people's standard of success. And if you're looking at somebody's music video, they don't own any of that stuff in that video. They rented most of that stuff in that video. That's for a graphic or a showmanship of expression of what they want in life. So you cannot put your standard of success next to somebody else's. You have to define that and map that out and plan for it and prepare for it for yourself, and not include anything or anybody else in what success is. I can't aspire to Oprah's billions because that is Oprah's money. That's not my money.
Right.
But I can desire the things in life that money affords her, but I can't aspire to what she has because it's not mine. So
Right.
I have to build that and prepare for that on my own and for myself. Are there any so if you wasn't Jay Giddins, the rapper, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, you know, what I really want to do with my life outside of rap, you know, the only thing I really aspire to be is, well, I'm a gamer. You know, a lot of people that know me, if they know me personally, they know I'm a little bit of a geek at heart, you know what I mean, a little bit of a nerd. So I'm really into games, anime, comics, not really so much comics, but games and animes. And I have a business venture that I want to explore. You know, that's ultimately what my goal is.
Okay. Will the music be included in that?
To some degree, yeah, because I'm never going to stop doing music because I don't do it for any purpose outside of it being what I do. You know?
Are you trying to create games or, you know?
No, I'm also trying to create a platform for us gamers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go into too much detail,
but
yeah, I'm trying to create a platform for us gamers in terms of us having something, kind of a community of our own, and a lot of the how would you say, a lot of the benefits that I wish we could have. You know, I know the way a gamer thinks and what they would want, so I'm trying to supply that for us. You know what I mean?
So I'll ask you this question now so we can play more of the music later. What advice would you give to your 17-year-old self?
To believe in yourself and don't listen to what people tell you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the reason why I feel like I didn't really grow up until maybe like 25, you know, is really because...
How old are you?
Really, you just gonna say, no, I'm 30, man.
Okay.
30, and I didn't grow up until I would say I was maybe 25, and I started really learning about life, you know, and how things work, and, you know, credit and all of these things, and I was like, dang, I knew about these, but I didn't have nobody to teach me that when I was younger. I would definitely.
But you grew to appreciate what those lessons were.
Oh yeah.
You're not supposed to have all the answers at 25. You're not supposed to have all the answers at 30, at 40. But your life lessons, I'm learning this now more and more. At 34, I'm learning that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. You know, our parents can't give us no more than what they have. Right. So we have to appreciate the lesson that we learn. And sometimes the lesson is a gut punch, or a sucker punch to the eye, but it definitely, you learn it. You take heed to it, and you don't make that mistake again. Or when you do make that mistake again, you know how to get up from it that time because you've been through that already. But it's not, you don't have all the answers. And that was my biggest life lessons. You're not always going to have, 30 was supposed to bring like this light bulb. And my light bulb was flickering at 30. It was still wasn't powerful. It wasn't like a GE light bulb. It was like the Dollar Tree light bulb. It wasn't, quite bright enough. But you still learn things. What are some of the things that you have learned about yourself in this grind of becoming a musician, an artist?
I mean, really, I just learned that, that when pushed, I can really deliver, and I will say I've done some things I didn't think I could do, like maybe 2 years ago, if I would have thought about me making my own beats, because I used to go on YouTube and look up beats or try to find somebody with some and all of that. But when I used to think to myself, man, I should make my own beats, I used to be like, nah, that's not for me. That's for like the the producers and all of that. But fast forward now, I do it, and I realize it's not really about who's smarter than who or nothing. It's just about who has it in them to want to do it.
And I hear that in what you say now about things that you aren't doing now. I hear that in things that I say and what other people say, and it makes me chuckle on the inside because you just learned that lesson about this thing. But then in a couple years, you don't know what might be in your path. Right. You don't know what may align up. So always keep yourself open to an opportunity that may not be familiar to you or comfortable to you or even in line with where you are, because life will give you a sharp turn somewhere and it'll end up where you want to be. It's just a different road, and we're comfortable with that road that we know where the rocks are, where the the pitfalls are. But sometimes whatever power that you believe in will take us off our course and put us right where we're supposed to be. Hardship is not supposed to be something that you aspire to. It's supposed to be something that just happens to you, and it's just a lesson, but it definitely comes with time, and you'll start getting it. And the more you introduce yourself to people that may not be in line with what is comfortable to you, you'll start realizing this is where I'm supposed to be, and it's something far left than what you expected. And going into our final break for the day, where do you see yourself in the next 10, 15 years?
I see myself owning the business that I described to you, and in between checking on its success, touring and performing and going out there and meeting people who actually like my music. Hopefully I can broaden that whole hashtag horizon from just Pound JGIDDINS to Pound JGIDDINS fans, or different variations of that, and have ways to reach out to my fans directly, because I really try to establish a relationship with the people that do like my music. When I post it, when I tell people about it, when they buy it, I always make sure to get some feedback.
Do you see yourself I'll save that question for last. Right. Is there anything that that could be new? Like, is there a team member that you're looking for right now? Is there a person that you're looking for as far as helping you move this boat forward? Yeah, so a lot of, obviously, the issue is networking, or not issue, but networking is very important, getting the music out there. Right now, I'm looking for somebody who
can help me expand my market. You know, I have my music available on the digital market, so on websites and things like that. I have links on my site, but I'm limited to just the people that I know. You know, obviously there's a whole ton of people out there that I know nothing about.
Right.
And I'm really looking for somebody who's well versed in getting new artists kind of off the ground and helping them running. As long as, you know, I'm looking for somebody who wants some talent that they can market. You know, they want some talent that they can help put out there.
And just put it out there. Once you put it out there, be careful, because it's going to come your way, and you got to be discerning in who you choose. But just put it out there, and you never know what may be, you know, standing beside you. But we're going to go take a quick break, and we're going to come back with some of JGIDDINS music. We're going to rock out. So stay tuned. Don't forget to call in 410-702-5657, or continue to post on the Facebook Live and let Mr. Giddins know how you like his music. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Pum, 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 pum.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
The topic for today: movies and whether or not they have real life applications. And as Stello said, I was talking to him last night in the kitchen about this topic, and one of the movies I brought up was In Time.
Oh my God, get out my head.
That was that was one of the movies that I brought up.
I'm trying to think of how to be relevant in this conversation.
Don't see, that's why we're friends, because I bring everybody into. So for those of you who haven't seen In Time, you need to, because it's a really thought-provoking movie. Starring Justin Timberlake.
Ooh.
That movie was awesome. Why are you saying boo?
Because it was whack with him. He just
What?
Whether it could have been him or
he just said it was
anybody
whack.
else.
Who else could it possibly that was relevant enough that could keep you in that story without overselling it?
Now the thing is, it wasn't even about him. It was the movie itself.
It was the movie itself.
Check out Weird Radio every Tuesdays and Fridays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here live on BeExposedRadio.com.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Hey now, this is your girl Tracy from Gangsta Goddess Radio. If you missed us on Monday from 7 to 8, catch this flashback. Gangsta Goddess Radio, BeExposedRadio.com. If I be on video, you can see my new glasses. I got new glasses. There used to be a old white woman. Her name was Sally. Remember Sally? I am the new Sally. Yeah, Sally Jessie Raphael. She used to wear her red frames. But I saw these in the local glasses shop, and I was like, that's me. So I purchased my red frames. So I am the new Sally. I am the Negro Sally. I am the black gold Sally. I am Tracy JGIDDINS. Yes. And I am applying for a job as girl 7. I don't want to be girl 6, but I can be girl 7 or 8. We can take it there. So, here this week, let me tell you all a little bit.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child, and believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community, many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home, and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I got a brain that's wired to spit fire, applying them grip pliers, the liars and dick riders. Home plate games with dummies and shit fires, applying to get hired then fired when shit's dire. You ain't know it's bad for credit when inquiring. See no stash your cheddar and get it quiet. We own last forever and get it island. I'm just trying to get it, it's the kid JGIDDINS, you know. Everywhere I go, I feel as if there is some dough I should be getting from my flow, or could be spitting at a show. Everywhere I go, I feel as if there is some dough I should be getting from my flow, or could be spitting at a show. Rap is in my lungs, this is air to me. Tell the truth, this a dare to me. Ain't no skeleton, my closet was bare to me. It was grisly, niggas was never there for me. I ain't bitchin', I love them the same difference. If loving the same difference ain't publicly name mentioning, I digress bars to something the pain missing in. I just know my girls mean the world to me. I told my daughters I adore them, they're gorgeous and more important than all of this sick sorcery. And if they reach forward and order me, I'll support them accordingly as they equal to more to me. And I love them. Look, I felt the power of God when I gave life. Now I look at wrong like that ain't right. Living in the dark, that just ain't bright. I changed lanes, the game was too fast for me. Steady trying to debit my credit and get cash from me. That shit was some blasphemy. Niggas who average ass go in the trash to me. I'm so different, my difference deserves dividends. Given these sick venomous synonyms in my sentences, principles get suspended or mended until amended to benefit me, and winning it is JGIDDINS. I'm so different, my difference deserves dividends. Given these sick venomous synonyms in my sentences, principles get suspended or mended until amended to benefit me, and winning it is JGIDDINS. It's JGIDDINS. It's JGIDDINS.
also have to think about all those things. Hey, what's up? And welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here only on BigExposedRadio.com. That was JGIDDINS. So hit him up on social media, JGIDDINS everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that. Hit him up, JGIDDINS. Let him know, shout him out. Tell him who you are. Give us the titles of those 2 songs that we played.
First one was Graphic Truth. Second one, to be honest, I haven't finalized the title one. Y'all kind of got a sneak preview on that one.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
the
first one is Graphic Truth, though.
There we go. So this has been the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Definitely stay locked in, stay tuned in. Next week we'll be at the festival over at Patterson Park, so look for us there. We won't be in the studio. Friday, definitely we'll be back on at 5 o'clock next Friday as well. We're doing a little bit earlier because that's the last weekend for the King of Howard Street. Come on out, 1700 Howard Street, right across from the Downtown Cultural Arts Center at Mulberry and Howard Street. Come on out, the play is phenomenal. I'm telling you, they accept all types of payment. If you have an EBT card, you get a discount. I mean, they give you love, so definitely come on out. This has been another show. Thank you, JGIDDINS. Thank you, Eric. Shout out one to Damonn that he gets back in town safely. Shout out to my sister. Her birthday is tomorrow. She turns 30 years old. I remember when this little girl was sucking on her 2 fingers. This is crazy to me. But she is turning 30. My niece, her oldest daughter, my oldest niece, she'll be graduating on Thursday. Shout out to her. Our buddy, Mr. Krishna, Titus James, he's graduating from Towson also. Shout out to them. His party is tonight. Definitely stay locked in, stay tuned in for that. Who else got something going on? Who else got, if you got something going on, shout it out on my page. I'll definitely share it. Tonight, 8 p.m., King of Howard Street, on Howard Street. Get there, be square, all that. Prum, 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 shots fired.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away.
Krista Renee. Make sure you tune into my show, the Krista Renee Radio Show, every Monday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. only on Be Exposed Radio.